welcome back. So today we're going to be doing another xTOOL project, and this time we're going to be doing a wood sign. We're going back to my roots, okay? My roots are wood signs. If you guys have been with me for a long time, you already know, but if you are new here, I started out crafting doing wood signs at craft fairs, craft shows all over the state of Maryland, and I would use these old wood pallets and I would hand paint designs on them. I'll have a couple of examples of some of the things that I used to make. I absolutely loved making wood signs, but then I realized when I would go to these craft shows, I would see other crafters there with wood signs, and they would have like vinyl lettering on the signs. And at first I was like, that's cheating. That's cheating, because I would hand paint each letter, each design by hand using acrylic paints, oil paints, and then I realized we were selling our signs for pretty much the same price. So then I realized they're not cheating. They're working smarter. Work smarter, not harder. So that's when I started looking into vinyl cutting machines, got a Cricut machine for Christmas, and the rest, as you say, is history. Now that I have an xTOOL, I decided to go back into wood sign making. Yes, I am a tumbler maker. I will still continue to make tumblers. I will still continue to laser tumblers, but I also wanted to get into some wood signs as well. As you guys also know, I just moved to Tennessee. I have a new house, which means I have a door that needs to be decorated for spring. I have a ton of winter and fall stuff that I have made previously, just have decorations for, but I do not have any decorations really for spring or summer. So I decided my front door needed a spring sign, so that's what we're gonna be making today. For the type of wood that I will be cutting with the laser, it's going to be 3mm base wood. I got this from Amazon. I think you can pretty much get it anywhere, any wood store like Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever type of home improvement store that you have. You can probably get a big sheet of this. I just got the bundle on Amazon. I think it came in 12? How many are here? Yes, came in a pack of 12. I think it was around 15 or 16 bucks on Amazon. I'll have a link to it posted down below if you'd like to try it out. If you do not have a laser, first of all, why not? They are absolutely amazing and they can really take your business to the next level. But if you do not have a laser, you can still do this project with vinyl. All right, guys, without further ado, grab your choice of plywood and let's do it.
Okay guys, I was testing some things for white powder coated tumblers the last time I used the xTOOL, so I need to take out the rotary, and it's extremely easy to do. It's actually easy to go back and forth between the rotary attachment and the base plate. It took about maybe 2 to 3 minutes to switch them out. When I finished swapping them out, I placed my plywood, and now I'm ready to set up my project in the xTOOL software. I downloaded 2 designs from Fabrica to use on my door sign. I like the wording of one and the flowers on the other, so I combined them. There are lots of laser projects on Fabrica if you'd like to check it out. I have a special link for my viewers in the description box down below that will allow you free access to Fabrica's library to download 10 products. The trial will renew for $3.99 a month, billed yearly, 1 month after your trial starts or upon using your 10th download credit. You can cancel anytime. If you already have a Fabrica account, you can renew and pay just $47 for an additional 12 months. To size my design, I used a 14 by 14 inch circle as a template. This is the size of the base for my door sign. Now remember, I'm going to be using a 12 by 12 inch square of plywood for my elements, so they're not all going to fit on one piece of wood. So I'm going to need two. Because of that, I need to split the design between two canvases in the xTOOL program. To do this, I selected canvas from the menu bar and clicked on the plus sign. I then cut and pasted the elements that would be lasered on the second piece of wood on the second canvas. To make sure my pre-sized elements will fit on my basswood squares, I added a 12 by 12 square and used that as a template, so I knew where and how to place my elements so they would fit. For my settings, I selected cut and used the 3mm basswood settings that came with the laser. The only difference is I selected 2 passes instead of 1. It turns out some of the wood pieces I got from Amazon were warped, so while a few of the pieces cut all the way through, some did not. To rectify this, I did 2 passes instead of 1. Make sure you add the settings to both of your canvases if you have 2 or more. Click on the ruler to auto measure the distance between your laser head and the plywood, and then you're ready to frame out your project to make sure the laser will cut your image on the plywood and not go over. The laser is literally just showing you the borderline of your project and where it will be lasering. I do this a couple times to make sure my design fits on the plywood and won't be cut off anywhere. When you're satisfied, you are ready to process and hit the button on your machine to start the laser. For this project, it took about 25 minutes to finish both pieces of wood. Now fam, I know lasers are not cheap, but if you are in a position to invest in your business, a laser is definitely an amazing option. It will open up so many crafting doors. If you like creating wood signs like me, get one. If you like to laser tumblers, which are all the rage right now, get one. If you like to make acrylic signs and shapes, grab yourself a CO2 laser. Don't get me wrong, I love making tumblers, but I have also recognized the fact that tumblers are starting to slow down a tad, and it is always a good idea to have plenty of options available for sale in your shops. Keychains, wallets, wood signs, cutting boards. Shoot, I've seen people make wood purses using a laser. It's insane the things you can make with one. If you are interested, I will have a link to the laser I am using in the description box down below. When the pieces were cut, I positioned them on the base that I got from Hobby Lobby and used the plywood that the pieces were cut out of as a guide to make sure they fit the way I wanted. And then I was ready to spray paint. Now, you do not have to use spray paint, fam. Please feel free to use acrylic paints, paint markers, or whatever you like to color your pieces. I decided on spray paint because it's fast. If you're wondering how I chose my colors, I love using complementary colors together. For this design, I used 3 sets of complementary colors, green and red, or in this instance pink, purple and yellow, and blue and orange. I actually ended up changing the layout of my sign. I got rid of that middle line, but you can do whatever you like. To adhere my wood pieces, I used Gorilla Glue brand's wood glue. I let the wood glue completely dry and sealed the whole design with Flex Sealer, and of course, I added some sparkle. I know good and well, y'all didn't think I would make this sign and not add any sparkle. While the Flex Seal was wet with the first layer, I sprinkled on some Firefly from PDB, and then I sealed with another coat of the Flex Seal. It came out so sparkly, you guys. I absolutely love it. If you're going to be doing any spring craft shows or markets, definitely have some of these on hand. They will be a hit. That's it, guys! Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. A huge thank you to all of my mentorship and channel members. Your support is literally all the things. Have fun making your spring door signs, and I will see you again next time.